Hello, Stacy, the Healthy Body Coach here. This is day 2 of my filming, and actually, I'm not really a health coach yet, except for I'm doing the coaching myself. So, um, this is a Christian-based thing, so of course I'm going to talk about God. I'm going to talk about wellness, and it all relates to God because this is what He created. So, today I have the book Whole by Colin Campbell. He's one of the researchers of nutrition, and he has been for many years. He did the China study, you might have heard of that, where it's scientific proof that a plant-based diet lowers diseases based on populations that have always eaten plant-based diets, and then how it can help diseases and stuff. So just wanted to give you guys a little of the insert. Maybe you'll go out and get the book. This is actually from the library. It's called Whole. It's his second, major book. What happens when you eat an apple? The answer is vastly more complex than you imagine. So basically it says almost every chemical can affect every other chemical. There's also infinite number of possible biological consequences. So, you eat an apple, normally they say, oh, you'll get, vitamin C. But it's not just that, it's how all the components of an apple work together with your body. So many different chemical responses, like your metabolism, that's chemical. I'm not talking about like toxic. So, I just wanted to give you a little bit of a tip. That book is about really good stuff. Also talks about how about 90% of the calories we make as farmers goes to livestock, so cutting back on your meat is also going to help make available calories that we farm able to go to people who don't have any food, which is really sad and has always been on my heart. The people that don't have any food, how can I help them? I remember as a little girl in Sunday school, I'd be like, can we give to the kids that don't have any food or water? And they'd be like, we can, but there's always going to be starving kids. And that just broke my heart because it's like, I want to help if I can. I have so much here and I want to help. So it was so nice when I see that eating a plant-based diet actually does, in a small way, help, because I'm reducing the amount of meat that's being produced. Because think about it, there's a lot of doo-doo and there's a lot of food that goes into feeding the large livestock, small livestock, that we just slam down like nothing in this country, like McDonald's and stuff. So I just want you to think about that. Later I'll have some math about how many gallons of water it takes to feed and get one burger versus like some grain or something. It's kind of cool to look at. So today, for the Bible study part, I just wanted to talk a little bit about Paul. Obviously, you guys have been Christians for a while, you've heard of the Apostle Paul. He used to chase around Christians, condemn them, have them stoned, hunt them down basically. And then he changed to be one of the 4 running guys who was preaching the gospel of Jesus. So, getting Christians killed to preaching the word of God. At first, when he changed, Christians did not really trust him to come into their circle because they're like, is he just trying to trick us? Well, same thing here. I've not been the prime example of health. I've not been the prime example of being a good Christian. I've been very mean in the past. A lot of you know that. I've been crazy, from doing crazy diets to being very strict. Like, if you don't eat the way I do, that's bad. Well, it's not bad. It's, it's a personal choice. I'm just here to share with you. This is what I've learned on my journey. So, people can change, just like Paul did. Don't let your past stop you from doing what you want to do in your future. So just prove to people that you are different. And that's what I'm trying to do by documenting my journey to being a high carb, low fat, raw fruit and vegetable. You can have cooked after 4. It's just a nice little outline of a program so you're not confused. Have a lot of fruit during the day that's raw. Bananas and water smoothie, that's what I had this morning. 4 bananas and a lot of water. Mixed it up with my little $30 hand blender, which I can show you guys that sometime soon. So just want to let you know there's hope to change. God obviously has answered my prayers with letting me find this diet because I've been very tired lately, carb restricting, calorie restricting, up in the protein but not getting any results. So just want to say God can help you through it, and you can change. Don't be ashamed to change like Paul did. And anyway, so back to the Bible study part about Paul. You know, it didn't take overnight for him to, well, it did. Put the dirt on his eyes. He was blind, he couldn't see. He goes to a man, and then the man tells him about God. And then God gave him another name. It was like right then and there. But while he was changing in his heart, learning all these new things, you know, like being in jail, he was still the same person, you know? If I'm eating this diet and it doesn't help me, I'm still going to be the same person. I'm still going to say plant-based diet because I know that it can help people. It may be tough. I may have to spend a little time working out some recipes. I may not have fun eating right away. But in the end, I know it's going to help me. Okay, that made no sense. But, I think the other thing I want to talk about today is gardening. All you need is some soil. You can start by making some compost if you want some good topsoil. Just get like a bin outside, start putting your food waste in there. Obviously, if you have room to do that. If not, you can get topsoil at stores like Lowe's, Home Depot, local farms. You could look online. Anyway, so just look up in the Farmer's Almanac or whatever, get a book on planting to see when the different growing seasons are for your area. So like lettuces, cabbages, those are more cold, so you start those first. Tomatoes, they need more dry. If you're in Ohio, you have one basic summer and then fall of growing. We don't grow too much in winter, so that's okay. But I just want to encourage you to get some resources on gardening. You know, it's as simple as getting dirt, putting a fence around it if you need. There's flowers you can plant around it to detract bugs instead of using pesticides. And you get the seeds, you plant them, you water them, and it's kind of amazing how easy it is once you get used to it. Yeah, you have to do some weeding, but even if you don't, they will grow. It's really cool. Don't give them too much water. You know, you have to study that a little bit, but other topic I wanted to talk about today was the cost of organic food versus non-organic food. So, say you go to the store and you buy chips, pricey meat, even if it's organic, it's still pricey, or cheap meat, whatever. Milk, did I say cheese already? Coffee, sweets, snacks, and salad. The price you spend on meat and dairy is going to surpass the amount you're going to spend on a lot of bananas, a lot of melons, a lot of, you know, say dates, apples, oranges. $5 for a bag of orange versus $5 for a pack of meat is going to give you a lot more like vitality and energy, just because you're going to cook a lot of the proteins out of it when you do cook your meat. Because obviously we know there's a lot of pathogens, bacteria, whatever, in the animal blood, so you can't eat it raw. Worms and fish, I wouldn't suggest eating that raw either. So, I would say you're not really going to spend more if you go for the organic health food, like specialty stuff, like farm-raised, grass-fed cheese. That's a lot of money. Before I knew about this diet, I was eating that stuff, and my grocery bill was at least $100, $180, and I wasn't even feeling good. It was just like, I got 2 bags of meat and cheese and grass-fed, low-heat pasteurized milk. I was like, ugh. Because I was a vegetarian, vegan before, but then I went back to it when I didn't see my health getting better. So obviously it was because I wasn't eating enough carbs. So eat the carbs. The other topic I want to talk about is how much they farm. The factory farms, the ones that are taking out of business, small farms, the ones that are taking out ones that have ethically raised animals. So the factory farms don't allow the cattle, the pigs, the chickens to ever get out in the sunlight, to run around in the grass. They keep them in cages their entire life, small ones where they go crazy. That's why they have to laser cut off the beaks of chickens so they don't go mad and peck themselves, peck others. I don't know how they would do that, but anyway. They are so confined that it just freaks them out. And I'm not for that. It actually makes me sad because it's like, fine if you want to eat animal products, but do you know, what they had to do to it? Have you ever driven by a semi-truck that's full of chickens squealing, freaking out, feathers flying, and they're like shoved so close together? Maybe they're not that close when they're raising them, but it's still sad. And the way they discard of the little chicks or the little pigs, like you'll see in fork silver knives, they just throw them out, not even killing them, just throw them out to let them die in a cruel way. Sometimes, like in a garbage bag. That's just disgusting to me. So there's my rant on that for the day. It's just like, you have to be informed these days because you can't trust large corporations who want to make the big bucks to tell you the truth. And I'm not trying to be all like conspiracy theory. I'm just sharing with you that it's really sad, especially if you're a compassionate person and you love animals. Especially like me, I don't have a pet now, so I definitely love all animals. They're just amazing creatures that God made, so and I feel like God's put us in charge of them, so to treat them that badly, not so good. It's kind of evil. Okay, it is evil. So, one other thing. Don't push yourself too hard when you're first trying to work out. If you don't have the energy to, just do something little. Do some squats. Don't let your knees go past your toes, and do maybe, I don't know, wall sits. Focus on your large muscle groups. Just focus on your joint mobility, because every time you're moving those, it's actually lubricating your joints. So just get moving a little bit. If it's sitting down and you're just sitting in a chair and doing a leg lift like that, major muscle group right there. Do some ankle rolls. It really doesn't have to be much, because the more you're going to push your body so you don't have energy at work, maybe you're going to go to the sugary foods, maybe the caffeine foods, but you can't push yourself so hard to get results. It's not realistic, and it's not going to be a long-term thing. I've tried it. You can try it. It might work the first time, but as you get older, you're going to be like, I can't force myself to go to the gym at 5:30 anymore. I can't force myself on the morning jog if I'm not eating right, if I'm just having a protein bar. That does not work long term. Maybe it does for some, but not for me. So for all those people who that hasn't worked yet, let's get out there, eat a lot of fruits till 4, then have your veggies. You can have your cooked food, potatoes, sweet potatoes, other potatoes, rice, try whole grain, basmati, wild rice. Should have made a list. Things that are easy to digest. If you're having digestive problems, obviously see your doctor, but know that probiotics works a lot. Getting a good probiotic is very helpful. Also, make sure you're staying hydrated and get out there and just have fun. Okay, God bless.